Hello students, today the lesson is units and the measurements. The total hours earmarked for this lesson is 4 hours. To start with, we must focus on the term physical quantities. What are the physical quantities? The quantities which are measurable one are called physical quantities. See, the quantities which are measurable one are called physical quantities. The physical quantities are classified into two types. One is fundamental physical quantities. Second one is derived physical quantities. Let me repeat. Physical quantities are classified into two types. One is fundamental physical quantities. Second one is derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities. So what are the fundamental physical quantities? The quantities which are independent of any other quantities. The quantities which are independent of any other quantities. Or even you can express the fundamental physical quantities are the quantities which cannot be further resolved into any other quantities. Such quantities are called fundamental physical quantities. The examples of fundamental physical quantities are length, mass and time. Okay, these are called fundamental physical quantities. Later we will learn in a new system of units called the SI system. There you will find 7 fundamental quantities as well as 2 supplementary quantities. So the basic or fundamental physical quantities are length, mass and time. These physical quantities have corresponding units. For example, length has a unit called meter, mass has a unit called kilogram, time has a unit called what? Second. So these units are units of fundamental quantities. That is why they are called fundamental units. So one more time you concentrate on the term given here, that is fundamental physical quantities. Let me repeat. The quantities which are independent of any other quantities. The quantities which are independent of any other quantities, or what is another one more definition I told. These are the quantities which cannot be resolved into any other quantities, or you can retain this one. The quantities which are independent of any other quantities are called fundamental quantities. Are called fundamental, not only quantities, fundamental physical quantities. fundamental physical quantities. The quantities which are independent of any other quantities are called fundamental physical quantities. Next one is the fundamental units. What are fundamental units? So logically the units of fundamental quantities are termed as fundamental units. Fundamental units. What these are? The units of fundamental physical quantities are called fundamental units. The fundamental quantities means the quantities which cannot be resolved into any other quantities. The corresponding units of fundamental quantities are called what? Fundamental units. Let us see some examples. See, fundamental quantity. And the fundamental unit. Agree? Fundamental quantity and fundamental unit. For example, length is a fundamental quantity because you cannot resolve a length into any other quantity. That is why it is termed as a fundamental. What is the unit of fundamental physical quantity called the length? Meter. Next, mass is a fundamental physical quantity. So what is a unit? Kilogram. Meanwhile, you have to remember the symbol used for it. For example, meter symbol is m, kilogram symbol is kg. And one more thing, time. Time is also fundamental physical quantity. The unit is a second. The symbol is s, like this. I told you, if you study SI, System of International Unit, over there you will come across 7 fundamental units and 2 supplementary units. For the time being, just an example, I have given some list of fundamental quantities and their corresponding units. So, what are the things so far you have learned, please? What are fundamental physical quantities? The quantities which are independent of any other quantities. What are the fundamental units? The units of fundamental physical quantities are called fundamental units. Next, we move on to the second type of physical quantity, that is derived physical quantity. Derived physical quantities. So what these are? As the name itself indicates, derived physical quantities. The quantities which are expressed in terms of fundamental physical quantities are called derived physical quantities. Let me repeat, the quantities which can be expressed in terms of what? Fundamental physical quantities. Let us write the quantities which are expressed, the quantities which are expressed in terms of what is? In terms of fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities are called derived physical quantities, or simply you can say quantities, derived physical quantities. Okay, so what are the derived physical quantities? These are the quantities which are expressed in terms of fundamental quantities. And one more thing, These derived physical quantities have their corresponding units. And what would be the name for them, please? Of course, derived units. Now the thing is, what are the derived units? The units of derived physical quantities are called derived units. Let me repeat, derived units. These are the what these are units of fundamental, these are the units of derived physical quantities. Okay, these are the units of derived physical quantities. Those are called derived units. So you have seen two things. What are derived physical quantities? The quantities which are expressed in terms of fundamental quantities. The corresponding units of derived physical quantities are called what? Derived units. Let us see some examples. See, I said derived quantity. Okay, and the derived unit. Generally, we express a derived unit in terms of fundamental units only. Already I told, when you learn SI system, you may come across 7 fundamental units along with 2 supplementary units. For the time being, I am giving a few examples. Okay, derived quantity. Derived quantity is area. Why is area a derived quantity? Because how many times the length involved in a quantity called area, please? 2 times, that is length into breadth. Area can be expressed in terms of fundamental, that is length. Therefore, unit of area is what? Meter square, like this. It is the derived unit. Next, you may move on to the volume. How many times length is involved in the volume? 3 times. That's why unit is a meter cube. Now you may move on to the density. What is the density, please? It is a mass upon the volume. So therefore, what is the corresponding derived unit? Kg per meter cube. Agree? Next, you have a derived quantity as a velocity. Any guesses? Meter per second. Agree? Acceleration. These are all derived quantities. Acceleration is a meter per second square. The last one is a force. What is the force, please? Mass into acceleration, that is a kg meter per second square, or it is popularly called as a Newton. Okay? So let us revamp what you have learned so far. I told today in the today's session, that is fundamental physical quantities, the quantities which are expressed which cannot be expressed in terms of any other quantities. The examples of fundamental quantities are length, mass, time. What are fundamental units? The units of fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. Can you recall those units mentioned? Meter, kilogram and second. So next, what are derived physical quantities? The quantities which are expressed in terms of fundamental physical quantities. What are derived units, please? The units of derived physical quantities are called derived units. Just I have listed out some of the derived quantities as well as their corresponding derived unit. Now we move on to the main aspect of lesson, that is the measurement aspect. See, as I said earlier, to measure any physical quantity, what are the things we need to have, please? One is a number, other one is what? Unit. Already in earlier videos you have seen this aspect. How the measurement is done by using number. What for number, please? To signify the magnitude. Unit, to identify the nature of quantity involved over there. So how number and units are related? Inversely. What does it infer? Smaller is the unit, larger is the numerical. Larger is the unit, smaller is the numerical. Now we concentrate on this aspect, that is a unit. So what is a unit? Listen to the idea. Unit, I said, a standard chosen, a standard chosen which is internationally accepted, a standard chosen which is internationally accepted to measure a physical quantity is called unit. Just see, a standard chosen which is internationally accepted, a standard chosen which is internationally accepted throughout the world, the same measuring system is followed. Okay, a standard chosen to measure any physical quantity is called unit. So earlier we have many system of units to measure a physical quantity. To name them, earlier was MKS system. What does MKS stands for? Meter, kilogram, second. And the CGS system. What CGS stands for? Centimeter, gram, second. FPS system, that is foot, pound and second. So these were the systems earlier we are using to measure a physical quantity. And today we are using a new system of unit called the System Internationale Units, which is abbreviated as what? SI unit. Now before analyzing the system of international unit, let us concentrate on what characteristic a unit should have. Okay, first bit is clear now. What is a unit? A standard chosen to measure a physical quantity. Now the thing is, what characteristic a unit must and should have. Let us move on to the characteristics of a unit. Just see what scientists have thought that what characteristics a unit should have. Whenever they are preferring a unit to measure a physical quantity, they do require some guidelines, or I would call them as characteristics for a unit. First thing is how the unit should be. It should be well defined. It should be well defined. There should not be any ambiguity in the definition of that particular unit of physical quantity. It should be well defined. Let me repeat. It should be well defined. There should not be any ambiguity in the definition. Second one, it should be easily accessible. It should be easily accessible. Accessible means one can get the unit rather easily. Okay, it should be handy somewhat. So it should be easily accessible. Next, it should not change with the time. It should not change with the time. Okay. Next, it should not be too small nor too large. Okay. Just see what are the characteristics a unit should have. First thing is it should be well defined. It should be easily accessible. It should not change with the time. it should not be too small nor too large. So these and it should be reproducible also. So this is what the scientists have thought. Whenever they are planning a unit for a particular physical quantity, they do want these characteristics that unit must and should have. Okay, so let us revamp the basics one more time. What is a unit, please? Unit is a standard reference chosen to measure any physical quantity. And how the characteristics of a unit should be? First is it is easily accessible, it is neither too large nor too small, and it is reproducible, and it should not change with the time or any physical changes of nature. So let us move on to the different system of units. That is what I said. One is a MKS system. And what you will see in MKS system? In MKS system, length and in CGS system and in FPS system. Just see how you can think. The length has what unit in MKS, please? It is a meter. The CGS is what? Centimeter. Agree? And in FPS it is a foot. Then the mass has what unit in MKS, please? Kilogram. And in CGS, gram. And in this is a pound. Last one is time. So in all the system of units, the time remains the second one. Okay, just see carefully. Earlier we used to follow the three system of units, that is MKS, FPS and CGS. The FPS formerly called as a British thermal system. Okay. Now just concentrate on the earlier system of units, please, so that we may move on to the present system of unit, that is SI system. Ready? Shall I rub that? Now, the main system is a SI system. Okay, some points regarding SI system. Listen to them carefully. First thing, what is a SI system? It is a system internationale D units. Okay, it is system international D units, abbreviated as a SI system. Okay, abbreviated as SI system. Second point is that SI system is it is a coherent system, we say. Coherent system. What does a coherent system means? Here we may find 7 fundamental units as well as 2 supplementary units. Using 7 fundamental and 2 supplementary, any physical quantity can be expressed. In this way, it is called a coherent system. Any physical quantity can be expressed using 7 fundamental units as well as 2 supplementary units. That's why it is called a coherent system. Next one is it is called a comprehensive system. Comprehensive system. Okay. What does a comprehensive means? Comprehensive means it covers all the branches of science and engineering. Just see why it is referred as a comprehensive. Comprehensive in the sense it is so compact but contains everything. That is, it covers all the branches of science and engineering. So fourth important point regarding SI system is it is a rationalized system. Rationalized. So what is a rationalized system? Here the scientists have tried one system, one physical quantity must have one unit. For example, the unit of work and energy was given a joule because single concept of one physical quantity bears one unit. A quantity like work and energy have a same unit. So this will help you in identifying the particular physical quantity. For example, unit of force is the Newton. Other than the Newton, no other quantity is bearing the unit called the Newton. That is called the rationalization. One quantity bears one unit. Agree? So for example, best example we can quote is units of work and energy are same because conceptually they are same. What is work, please? It is always done with the expenditure of energy. Just see, these work and energies are correlated. That is why they have used them on the rationalization. They must have the same unit, and we are using the same. That is why unit of work and energy is what? Joule. In this regard, the SI system is called the rationalized system. Next, what it has? It has 7 fundamental units. It has 7 fundamental quantities, I can say. It has 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities. Agree? So let us revamp. What is a SI system? It is a Systeme Internationale di Units, which is abbreviated as what? SI system. Now what are the features SI system has in it? One is it is a coherent system. Using 7 base units and 2 supplementary units, any physical quantity can be expressed. It is a comprehensive system covering all the branches of science and engineering. It is a rationalized system. One physical quantity must have one unit. That rule is followed over here. The best example, work and energy have same unit, that is a joule. And what it has in it? It has 7 fundamental physical quantities as well as 2 supplementary quantities. Let us list them. Supplementary as well as fundamental physical quantities. Just see. Here is a quantity and here is the unit of those quantity, and here unit symbol. Agree? See, I said how many fundamental quantities in SI system? 7. How many supplementary quantities in SI system? 2. Let us base quantities we are writing now. One is length. As you know, unit is meter. The symbol is small m. Next one is mass. Unit is kilogram. Therefore, unit is kg. Next, time. Second. Unit is yes. Next, current. Unit is ampere. The symbol is capital A. Okay. Next one is temperature. Temperature, that is Kelvin. Symbol is K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next, amount of substance. Amount of substance, that is mole. This is oil. Okay. Then luminosity. intensity. Unit is candela. Symbol is C. So just a glance over please. How many fundamental physical quantities in the SI system? I said 7. Look here carefully. One is length having unit meter, mass having unit kilogram, time having unit second, current having unit ampere. Please see the writing also. Units how I wrote and symbol how I wrote. Just see the difference between capital letters and small letters. Okay. Next, temperature, Kelvin. Whenever the physical quantity bears the unit in the name of scientist, when you are writing his complete name, start with the small letter. When you are writing in a single letter, write in a capital V. Just see over here. Ampere is the name of scientist. How I wrote I wrote a complete name in the form of unit, I used a small letter. When a single letter was used, capital. This is the rule to be followed while writing units of physical quantity which bears a scientist name. How do you write Newton, please? Don't write Newton. Unit of force is a Newton. You should not write this like this. You should write like this. Okay? This is the concept. So I stopped at current unit is ampere, temperature unit is Kelvin, amount of substance unit is mole, whereas luminous intensity unit is what? Kelvin. The last two supplementary units I will write here only. Okay. See, supplementary units or supplementary quantities. So here also the same quantity, unit and unit symbol. Okay, quantity, plane angle. Unit is radian and the symbol is rad. Then solid angle, steradian. Okay, so these are the supplementary units. Just look at them carefully. So you may be asked in the examination, write a note on SI system. Then you have to write all these concepts.